Could Path of Titans be bringing 200 player servers to the game soon, or are they just simply testing server tick rates and fixing the combat lag issues in the game? So let's talk about the recent test that looked at testing 200 player servers and the lag issues. Firstly, we need to talk about what is going on, because recently the developers of Path of Titans made numerous announcements in the game's Discord server, and it read like this. The first one read like this, which is now crossed out, but it said multiplayer performance stress test profile capture. And this was by Matt, and he said this: I'm currently running a server under community servers called Server Stress Test. If you want to join and help me stress the server to capture a performance profile so we can optimize the server tick rates more, it uses the same character data as official matchmaking, and the server is on Gondwar. So of course, that is quite important there, that they're addressing the issue that's plaguing Path of Titans. I'm going to talk about it in a moment, but this issue is significantly low tick rates. That being said, later down the line, this lasted about 4 to 5 hours. This was a 4 to 5 hour period. They kind of asked for more people to join, and then ultimately they said this: thanks for helping out with the stress test. We collected some important data which will be used to optimize the game to allow us to have a better performing and higher player count servers for everyone. We will let you know when there are future stress tests. Of course, as they said, this is the first probably of many stress tests. I just want to point out, they're actually doing this again. If you go into the game right now, well, this was at like 12 in the noon. Look, they've got it back up. Official server stress test, 40 out of 200 players. So yeah, they're still doing it. This is the second test in the last week or so. So yeah, it seems there's more coming. Mind the dirty monitor, by the way. It's disgusting. But also, they mentioned higher player count servers for everybody coming soon, as well as better performing servers. But I think the main focus that you guys want to focus on there is higher player counts, which means 200 players or 100 plus players on a server. So the positives that we can pull out of this is that they're testing this on servers which have over 100 players on. Like, that these servers were limited at 200 players, which is the game's ultimate goal. That being said, I believe they might have hit that 200 player cap, but I do also recall that people were saying that, you know, it hit around 160 as well. So yeah, there were high numbers of players on this server, perfect for the test. However, I do remember that, and I do recall that people said this was very laggy, and well, that is the main reason they are doing this test, is to fix the potential lag issues that are being brought by 200 player servers. And before we talk about 200 player servers, we need to address what's actually causing these issues. And no, this isn't frame rate lag. This is lag on a different scale, a server simulation scale. One of the biggest reasons in Path of Titans for lag, and this is using that term lag broadly because it covers many things from frame rate to connection via your internet or even the server's simulation data. That being said, the huge amounts of lag and the thing that the developers were investigating and talking about is tick rate. And this has been an issue that's been plaguing Path of Titans for a long time. I've seen many comments about people wanting to fix the lag issues in the game, and well, it's mainly to do with tick rate. However, I think it's important for you guys to know what tick rate is. So essentially, a single update of a game simulation is called a tick. The rate in which the simulation is ran on a server is the server's tick rate. Tick rate is essentially comparable to a player's frame rate, basically the server's rate in which it is simulating the game, and this is done in milliseconds, by the way. When you're simulating and rendering the game, you'll have lower frame rate when we're comparing this to lag and frame rate lags, which causes frame rate based lag. However, tick rate is obviously slower simulation of the game, or when you're simulating and rendering the game, you'll have lower frame rate, which causes frame rate based lag. However, tick rate is causing the teleporting lag that you normally see when you bite someone and they teleport away like an Enderman. And tick rate is essentially usually shown by a number over 60. If the number is low, and I'm talking about 10s and 20s, that means the server's refresh rate or the tick rate is low, 10 milliseconds rather than 60 milliseconds for its ticks. Now, higher tick rate is good. Higher tick rate means closer to, 30 to 60s means that it is perfect. It's running everything fine. The simulations are going really, really well. And really, that's all you need to know about the game updates, because obviously 60 ticks in 60 milliseconds is better than 1 tick in 60 milliseconds. You can kind of see where I'm going there with that one. So the issue is primarily down to servers simulating the game and everything happening, but the developers can fix this, and well, other server owners can fix this as well. Server owners can fix this by getting better hardware, better CPUs and all that jazz to be able to bulk up the server's performance and being able to take on the load, simulating the game in more of an effective manner, and everything that's going down on the game in that effective manner. But this is expensive. You're looking at £130 a month for a good server that can take these ticks, and that is on the light side if you're not even building your own server. But in Path of Titans, on the end of it, even servers with good hardware have issues. So now it's down to the developers to fix this. And this is why the developers have been running these tests. And this is why this test has popped up, because they're trying to investigate the issue and how they can fix it by putting their resources towards fixing that issue. And that's why they're doing these performance captures to showcase and find out what is going on and how the tick rate is being affected. So, what does this exactly mean? The developers got as many people as they can into a server that is over the game's capacity, the max capacity currently for the game. Like, tick rate drops occur at 100 players. As soon as you go over that, it's pretty much a hellscape to play on. It's highly likely they've been able to figure out what the problem is, and now they need to work towards a resolution, whether that's doing more server tests to highlight other problems and also other tests to see if the solutions that they're putting in actually work like a charm and allow them to get closer to 200 player servers. However, there are two key takeaways here. Firstly, the first one is that the game's lag issue, the tick rate issue, should be easing soon, and this is because the developers are figuring out what the issue is and applying fixes to making things easier and the tick rate issue being better for us all. But we also found out, and we also know now, that the developers are testing 200 player servers or higher server capacity player count, which is an incredible thing. However, is this a sign that it's coming soon? In my opinion, I would say not to get too excited about 200 player servers coming soon. I think the core issue at the moment that they're addressing is tick rate, because really tick rate is the major issue for the game, and if we're having a quality assurance patch, this will be one of the things that needs to be patched before 200 player servers come to the game. So yeah, if 200 player servers come soon, that's amazing. I'll look like an idiot, but massive servers for us all to play on. However, I don't think they'll be coming very soon, because the immediate issue, the one that they're tasked with fixing at the moment, seems to be that tick rate issue. Hopefully that one gets fixed. There we have it. That was about the latest stuff for Path of Titans in regards to the tests that they're doing. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Tick rate is an interesting beast. I was scripting this and I researched into it, and when I was reading off the script, I kept getting confused at what I'd put down, but when I was writing it, I knew what it was. It was really weird. But anyways, hopefully I've been able to nail it on the head there and teach you a little bit about the server's simulation, pretty much the tick rates for the game. Because, yeah, I mean, once we know what the problem is, it helps us figure out, oh, this is caused by tick rate, or this is what happens when there's low tick rate. But when do you guys think this will be fixed, and do you think there'll be many more tests to come? I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.